Oh, hello, this is Daily Car News with Bijan. Let's talk about Volkswagen today. So, Tesla has its annual battery day, so Volkswagen said, hold my beer. They had their first power day, and they made some bold claims. We're going to start with my favorite claim, which is robot charging stations.
Future!
They're going to have little robots driving around charging your car. That's so cool. So essentially what would happen is you would pull up to a gas station or a charging station, or maybe even a grocery store or some public markets, and you would use your app. You'd say, hey, I want to charge my car. This is how much I'm willing to pay, or I want to pay this much. A little robot will come off its charger, come plug in, and just charge while you're shopping. That is very cool and very futuristic. Now, how long that's going to take to actually get put into production, if Volkswagen is actually able to do that right now, nobody knows, but it is a very cool claim to make, and it is a very cool future to look forward to. Being able to just pop into a charging station, go inside, grab some stuff, come back outside, your car is charging, just like we're doing now with pumping gas. It'll change from that long process we currently have when you have to charge your car. Sitting for 45 minutes to an hour is not fun, especially when there aren't many stations around. Now, the little robot chargers is not the craziest claim that they actually made today. They said with the right energy management and intelligent storage, one day charging will be free. Free. So something that we're used to, pulling up to a gas station, pumping your gas full of car. So something that we've gotten so used to through our lives, pulling up to a gas station, constantly having to pump gas into your car. Or if you have an electric car now, you're using kilowatts and you're using energy from your house that you have to pay for. Now, if we're moving towards one day it being free, that will change everything. We wouldn't have to pay for gas, electricity anymore. That wouldn't be an expense that we would have to worry about every single week, every single month. That's very bold and very cool of Volkswagen saying that. Now, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I don't think that's going to be something we're going to see in our immediate future. It's going to take a lot of time for us to get there. But that is a little glimpse, and them showing us a little goal they have of what we're working towards, what we could possibly have in the future. Now, another claim they made is 50% reduction in costs with a date by 2025. So I could go into really deep detail because they did about how exactly they're going to do this, but that sounds super boring, and as I kept reading over it, I was kind of falling asleep, so I'll just go over the basics. Essentially, how they're going to achieve that goal is they're going to increase production, improve the battery design, change the battery's chemistry, and convert to solid state as soon as they can. They think solid state batteries are the future of batteries. Another thing that they said is, now, arguably, besides the little robot chargers, I would say this is probably number 2, because a lot of people considering the change to electric cars, this is a worry for them, including for me. This worry is, what happens if I'm low on charge and the closest charging station is not convenient? It is just too far away. By the time I reroute myself and go there, I'm then going to have to waste time going there and waste time at that charging station. Volkswagen is working with a company called Quantum Scope, where they're claiming they're able to charge a battery from nearly depleted, so almost zero, less than 10%, to 80% in 12 minutes. 12 minutes, and Volkswagen said that's not good enough. We're aiming for 10. So if we can go from nearly depleted, like essentially if your gas tank was on E and it's flashing telling you have no gas, to 80% in 10 minutes, that would solve that issue. Now, it would just become an infrastructure issue. The more charging stations, the more cars that are bought, we would have more charging stations pop up. So then if we're going on a long road trip, we're looking to go somewhere far, we're no longer worried about, well, I have to set up my route in a very specific way so that I can hit all of these charging stations and then wait 45 minutes to an hour at every station. I can just head down my regular route, stop at a charging station, put in 10 minutes, get to 80% and keep on trucking. Volkswagen is seriously making some very, very bold claims at their Power Day. If they're able to achieve some of these things within the next few years, that would change the market. Now, Tesla was the first one to really make electric cars big. They did it very, very well, very pretty, and they had some wow factor to them. They have unbelievable amounts of torque, but the infrastructure hasn't really caught up yet. Volkswagen is kind of looking to solve that issue. Now, the only point that I didn't see up during their Power Day was the amount of charging stations. Now, they did say they want to increase production. So they want to increase the amount of batteries that are being put out there. But we still need more charging stations. In California, no more gas cars are going to be sold from 2035. So if other states start to follow that trend, we're going to see a lot of electric charging stations start to pop up. So Volkswagen is improving the amount of time we have to sit at a charging station. They're knocking it down to like 10 minutes. They're also improving how we recycle our batteries and how we process our batteries. Now it just becomes an infrastructure issue, which will change over the next few years. Now, I did say one thing. They're improving how they recycle their batteries. Volkswagen touched on this too. They said that they want to improve their recycling of batteries to 95% efficiency. Now, what does that mean? Inside the battery, there's something called a separator. That separator will not be able to be reused. They want to have a metallurgy process, if I'm saying that correctly, where they break down the battery and are able to reuse it. So batteries that are depleted, no longer being able to be charged under 70% efficiency, or maybe a battery that's been damaged in an accident, can now be recycled and used in another car. That's another huge issue that they're touching on. Volkswagen dropped a lot of knowledge and a lot of bold claims in their Power Day. I'm really excited to see what they do next. This has been Daily Car News with Bijan. I'll see you guys on the next one.